Welcome back to the Daniel Thomas Show. Dan,
Uh-oh.
I got one today.
Let me guess. Can I guess?
You can guess.
Psychology Today.
Wow.
And something you studied.
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
All right, so I want to talk about the 5 things that make relationships thrive.
Okay.
Okay? So 5 things that you do in a relationship, and it's not that. So
It is that.
No, it's not that immediately. But let's see. You got any guesses?
5 things. Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be communication. It's going to be that. It's going to be appreciation, communication. Oh God, how to be, how to compromise. Date a lot of women that don't know how to do that. Okay.
That's actually a great line.
Okay.
I've dated a lot of women that didn't know how to do that.
Okay. I got 3. Okay. I want to say money, but okay. Go ahead.
All right. So Dr. John Gottlieb here, best-selling author and psychologist, basically comes in and says, look, there's 5 things that you need to do in a relationship to keep it thriving. First and foremost, express appreciation daily. So I think
Thank you. You're great.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. All that stuff. That's
right.
important.
Yeah. And that's just a continual reminder of the value that they bring to your life, and that you acknowledge them. So that's number 1. Number 2, you and I have talked about this one, and it's a challenge that you've had with a couple of your dating relationships, and it's prioritizing the quality
I tell
time.
way too much. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, it's cheaper than therapy, so
Can you believe that she said this? What the hell's going on?
Quality time. Gotta prioritize quality time.
You know what's
with the
funny is
relationship.
the last one
Yes.
that I got breadcrumbed on, and
Yes.
you know who you are. Anyways, that was the thing. There was not
Right.
enough time together. If you could say what's wrong, what would it be? I don't see you enough. You know
Right.
what I mean? Come on.
Well, and I'm not going to speak for you, but my understanding was your priority of the relationship was much higher than hers.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely, but that's fine, and that's the way it works out, and things. You know what? You sprain your ankle, and you envision a day that I'm going to be able to run again, and when you run again, there's an appreciation for running.
Correct.
And that's all I got to say in regards to that.
So keep running. When in
Exactly.
doubt, keep running.
Get that rehab done.
Rehab's always critical. So, third item, apologize and forgive. I mean, we all are imperfect, so there's times you got to just say, I'm sorry, and
Do you know what's weird is that from people that I've talked about, and lately it's like friends and people I've ran into from a long period of time, hey, you got divorced. They all talked about the grudge period, where they held this grudge, where their relationship was dead, and they knew it was done, and they couldn't get past that. And I'm like, why didn't you just leave? I was just finished.
Yeah.
And I was told, instead of just moving on and saying that, or apologizing or forgiving and moving on, because I'm telling you, man, no relationship is perfect. Nothing is easy. Friendship's not easy.
no,
you know?
it takes work.
It's funny. I had a friend of mine who just went completely off the deep end politically in the last week, and I'm like, are you for real that you're really going to jeopardize? You listen. If you don't see things this way, there's something really wrong with you. And I'm like, I've never put you in that position ever. Do you want me to? I can have people not do business with you and things like that if we're going to start doing this, because that's how insane it gets.
Yeah.
No. You're right. I just think that we need to all come together your way. See it my way, and we'll all get along.
Right. The word compromise or middle ground is not part of that discussion.
No.
So
No.
But again, apologizing and forgiving that person. Now, whether that means that person's still a part of your life or not, that's not something that we're going to get into here. There's certain times that it is best to say, you know what, love you, but we're out. It's have a great life. So
what's next?
It sort of dovetails into what we were just talking about. It's called acceptance, accepting their perspective.
freaking psychologist. Okay.
I know.
Listen, okay. I try to see people's perspective.
Right.
And I try to understand it. I've also, the older I get, I try not to get upset and angry with things because that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life. I don't mind giving somebody the room to do this, and that's
Sure.
a great thing. Accept their perspective and go through. And again, you don't have to agree with it. You need to accept it. The idea with this is to understand where you're coming from.
Right.
And see, that's the thing that people get is like, people, number one, try to let me convince you that this is the way to go. Well,
Yeah.
why don't you just explain to me what your position is so I can understand your position
Right.
completely and the perspective of where you're coming from.
Correct. You know, if you have a cogent argument or discussion on a topic, and you know, I'm man enough to say, you know what, that makes sense, and I didn't see it that way. That's growth. That's being mature. Coming in and saying, you have to believe exactly what I believe, and you're an idiot if you don't, and so on. It's not a positive relationship. It's not good for your interpersonal relationship. It's not good for our country. So
Yeah.
stop.
Ridiculous.
Just stop. Look at the other person's perspective, understand it, agree, disagree, you know, or have a middle ground. There can be middle ground.
Exactly.
It's something that we've taken for granted, but middle ground doesn't exist in a lot of areas anymore. And social media has helped us get to that point of, you're right, I'm wrong.
Can I read number 5? Because I saw it on
You can.
It's keep it light, which I agree with
Yeah.
because the problem is people are too uptight. And again, communication, what's going on with you, what's important to you, talking about stuff, making it fun. You know, do something for somebody else so they can, that they don't have to worry about, you know, their day. Somebody just had a tough day. Have food ready for them.
Right.
Have drinks ready for them. Have dessert. Have the house cleaned up so that they don't have to do anything.
Or
you know,
like it says here, keeping it light. It's like, you know what would be great? Surprise me. Throw my favorite dessert on the table and go,
exactly.
Guess what? Here, you know, here's the chocolate cake that you love. And it's like the value that it would bring, that somebody would think about that and do that is huge.
You guys remember the best gifts are small gifts.
Right.
Okay? And it's thoughtful gifts. Those are the things that people remember forever. Those are the things that people sit there and say, oh, that's so cool. And again, I try to tell people this. Well, aren't they going to like in our money bag? Everybody would like, you know, an expensive gift of some sort. But the point is that that's not going to be remembered. Correct. There's nothing you can buy in a mall today that 10 years from now is going to matter to you. Seriously, nothing. It's the little things. It's the photos. It's the cards. It's the mentions. It's things like that that mean everything.
It is also, and I'll bring this up again, it's like the time that you and I spent last night going to a baseball game.
Yeah.
Those things those are not things that are going to be...
Moments like this are a big deal. You know, we had a high school teacher that we had, and he wrote about, you know, how upset he was that baseball was off last week. And I thought, I'm going to reach out to him when I have an open game and invite him to the game. A great guy. Had such a good time. And everybody just loved being around him. My brother had him before me, and it was just great. But that is, you need to do more things like that. Keep it light. But again, it's like, you know, your mate, your spouse, your husband, your wife, let's get out of here. Let's go for a walk. Let's go do this. And again, they're burnt out. They don't want to worry about anything. Take that away from them and keep it light. Because keep it light is not heavy. Let's talk about the finance. Let's talk about the house payment, how you're going to make more money. That's not keeping it light, guys.
Well, and I think for me personally, the wife and I have had discussions about it. It's like Friday night, we're not talking about the bills. We're not talking about the car breaking down or the dishwasher needing to be... No. Friday night is our night, and it's not about this kind of crap. Saturday, I'll fix the car and replace the dishwasher.
Great.
Friday night, no thank you.
Okay, guys, well, please don't forget to like the video, share the video, comment in the video. We always love that stuff. But again, guys, kindness, keeping it light, I'm telling you, be thoughtful for somebody else. You're thoughtful for somebody else, and that carries so much weight over anything that you could possibly do for somebody else. And that's what they're going to remember. And kindness and thoughtfulness will get you more things in your life. So, did I say the email address yet? DanielThomasShow at Yahoo. Email us. We want to hear from you guys. And we always love that stuff. Tell us we're crazy.
Like, subscribe. Tell us we're crazy.
Blame
tell
Tom.
us.
No
tell
more
us,
psychology today.
Tell us that one of us has a great haircut and the other.
That's the greatest
doesn't.
thing. A woman that we both knew last night said, "What happened to your hair last night, Tom?" Which was great. It was fun.
Which was great, and I said, I got a new barber.
Okay.
So
we will see you
Thank
guys
you.
soon. Okay. Goodbye.
So what do you think? Was that a great episode?
Did you see the last episode? Really? This one? I don't know.